Just writing, right?
I do hope by the next meeting to have our 6-month budget ready for review and changes. Our department heads are working on their piece. We should, because I think we got out for 3 weeks because there's a bit money in. So I think, anyway, I've on the 7th, it's our next meeting, and I hope to have
this audit, when they come in and sit down and talk to you and lay it out, I tell you, it's about as thorough as I have ever seen it the last 2 years. Janice has been, they don't leave any stones unturned, and you know, we've been fortunate. These have not been the best economic times. All of you know that, but to be able to operate a city on a budget of somewhere $9 to $9.5 million, I think this council has done an outstanding job of managing to keep us out of trouble. A lot of it goes to this young lady right here that screams and hollers all the time. But it's tough, and when you go back and you look, and it affects so many things because you're not selling building permits like you used to sell building permits, so that income's not coming in. There are other areas where it's not coming in, but yet the expenses are there for it to continue going out. But I think we can see some great improvements in our city. I think we look better than we have in a long time, since I've been here. We look better. And I've been here in the city a long time. But we get a lot of comments. Most of our planning are done now. Of course, we took a pride, major part of that, and but we did the planning in-house this time, which they worked. I mean, they worked, and they got those things in. And Greg was just telling me when we got here about how much better it looks, and of course that rain today helps, and a few more rains is going to help, and the plants just are going to pop out here in a few days and really give us a lot of color. People comment all the time about how good the city looks, and how someone called the other day complaining about something. And, you know, but who wants to live in Podunk, USA? You know, I don't, and I don't think any of you want to live in Podunk. You want it to look the best it can possibly look. And our Public Works Department, they work hard. We're not perfect. We have a few problems. And working daily, I shared some with Mr. Washington the other day, and working hard on correcting some things to make sure that we get the most out of our people. And, we do have some hard workers. We've got a lot to be thankful for, that we got through some of these tough times. Hopefully they're over, Miss Hope. Aren't they over?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We all know.
Yeah. Okay. So if that's the case, we're gonna come through this thing smelling like a rose, and that's what we all hope for. Do we have anything else?
I needed to remind all the council members and department heads, if they have not, the ethics home, if you haven't done it, April the 30th is the deadline date on that, so be sure and get that done. And also, Councilman Washington and Councilman Hope are going to bring into the League of Municipalities annual meeting. We technically would have 4 people that we could have a quorum, but they should be back by Tuesday the 22nd. And we don't have to have it on this agenda. We can do it at the next meeting, but I think we might want to move that day, the second meeting in May, to Tuesday the 22nd, so they can get back from the meeting
in your districts, I ask you again, I think I may have covered it in the letter that we sent out to you in your package, but we met Ms. Holt today for a period of time and discussed some things in her district that we're trying to find a solution to, and Councilman Washington's got a few things in his that we're working on, and I'm gonna tell you, now his project is on the way over there. I don't know if any of you have been by there, but I ran up on an 18-wheeler, Councilman coming in over there today that was lost over on West Main Street. It was trying to get to Government Street. Yeah, it was. All those big pipes and everything that were coming in, so a lot of work going on over there, and hopefully that's going to move forward. You want to have anything?
Mayor, under unfinished business, was there an item inadvertently left off, appropriations for full-time pastoral activities?
What I would like to do is, when we do the budget, to include it in the budget at that time. That's what you had told me the other day, to see, you can do it by requisition if you want to, but I'd like to just have it ready in that 6-month budget. And what I would suggest, add $5,000 to the Junker High School appropriation. The check will have to go to them anyway, and then be back on the same procedure of it being allocated through the school, and we don't get into this individual situation that we were worried about. So that was the reason I did not include it in this. If I erred, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'd like for us to move back on it tonight. We know the situation with how the money was allocated.
Won't just do it by requisition.
I'd rather us act on it. We've been presented these two requests from these entities that certainly through that process it didn't work just exactly like it should have. So
what I would suggest there is, at this point, there is, I think, some extra money in the promotional advertising, and so to charge it back to there. You got to find somewhere for it. And if we don't redo a line item under the appropriation, then promotional advertising is the only place that we've got.
There's funds there for that.
I've got. So then, with what we've already obligated, then it's not going to be much left for the rest of the year, but I don't know that.
Okay. So we can just add that back and we'll
Okay,
get back
now,
on it
I
tonight.
should have called you this.
That's okay. That's all right.
Who are you trying to, what group at the school you're trying to give this additional money?
One is the Performing Arts Department, and the other is to the fishing team. Both of them made requests and gave us letters at last time's council meeting. There was an appropriation, if you'll remember, of $35,000 that we made, and in the transition from one principal to the other, the way that those funds should have been doled out, I don't think was explained correctly, because all of that funding was given to one particular entity for technology up and beyond what the city does every year, as I understood it. So now we've got a little bit of an instance to where some of these other programs that would have gotten some of that money, they're not getting it because it was already allocated, I think misunderstandably. So we do have a need there at the school, and they came to us and asked for our help.
But it does, the appropriation has to go to the school.
Oh, yes, it will go to the Board of Education.
Councilman,
Or we can do it till we don't ask it,
Right.
but it can't be made to the.
We just need to make the high school be aware that those funds are for X, Y, Z.
it's my understanding, Councilman, that only $15,000 of that money was allocated to one specific thing, and because the drama club did get money allocated to them out of what was left, along with robotics and other things that got it, but it did not consume all of the $35,000.
Now, that's a different take on it than what you and the clerk presented at the last meeting.
No,
It was expressed to me that the entire amount was used.
All of the elementary school and the middle school was like, and then when the mayor met with the principal, then it was 15 plus the 35, and then a few